Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to concentrate on the P47 update that we received in the latest open beta patch. And I'm going to show you weapons implementation and some of the visual changes. So let's get on with that. Okay, this is the external view of the P47D-40 Early, which is a new addition. You'll notice that it doesn't have the fin extension down the rear of the fuselage to the tail, and it was one of the first bubble canopy aircraft. Here comes a nerdy moment. Back in the day, there was a major blind spot on the Razorback. So to alleviate this issue, some field tests were done with initial Spitfire bubble canopies, and they were proven to be quite successful. So at a later stage, Republic introduced the bubble canopy from the Hawker Typhoon. And to accommodate that, they had to amend the fuselage. So that's how the bubble top came about. Essentially, this is the early variant, and it has a very different way of delivering its bomb load, and I'll show you that later on. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is the standard P47D-40. And you can tell the difference by the tail fin extension down the fuselage. Nothing much has changed in the pit. Nothing much has changed externally. So let's move on to the 40, which is another new addition. Now this is the external view of the P47D-40. It has a new skin, and all the skins are utilised across the airframes. It doesn't really matter. Now this particular aircraft could carry HVARs, its rockets, its bombs. It could also carry the mortar launcher tubes, and I'll show you that version now. And here we have the 40 variant with its mortar launching tubes, the M8s. Now there isn't a great deal of difference again in the airframe apart from the extension of the tail fin. But they're the external differences on these particular aircraft that have been introduced. So now we have three variants. We have the P47D-30 Early, P47D-30, which was the first one that we received, and now we have the P47D-40 as well. So that's three variants in total. So let's now move on to how we fire the munitions off each model. I'll leave the 47D-30 because nothing's changed in that, so I'll show you the 30 Early and the 40 weapons delivery. So let's move on to that now. Okay, so here we are in the pit of the 30 Early. As you can see, we have a different gun sight. I've actually loaded this up with bombs, and I'll show you what you need to do to be able to release those bombs. Now, back here, we need to arm them, so we can have that, and that armed. And if you want to drop them manually from in the cockpit, you can use these handles here. What I've done, and I'll show you on the screen shortly, is set up my Thrustmaster Warthog throttle so that this coolie hat will release the bombs. Pushing it down will release the belly, moving it left will release the left wing bomb, moving it right will release the right wing bomb. You can set it up however you want to, that's particularly your choice. I know some people are doing it via different methods that I've seen on the forums, and that's how it works. But now what we'll do is we'll go to the external view and I'll show you the bombs being released. Okay, so here we are in the external view. What I'll do is I will release the bombs one by one. So belly first, right, left. And that was using the coolie hat and the Thrustmaster Warthog throttle. So now I've shown you how to release the weapons in the P47D-30 Early. I'll show you how you can use the weapons in the P47D-40. So let's go with that now. Right, so here we are in the cockpit of the P47D-40. I'm armed with HVAR rockets. What we need to do now is arm those rockets so that we can fire them. I've got it in active pause, but I'll show you how to do this. So now we have an armaments panel down here. The first thing we do is lift the red cover. arm on, left wing on, right wing on, leave it in rockets, that's the lower selection, and select single there. Now we can fire the rockets or release the rockets with the fire button, the standard weapon release button, and I'll show you that working now. So that's everything set up to be able to fire the rockets. So let's go and attack a target. Now dead ahead of me I've got some targets. I'm not going to do this especially well, but here we go. Zoom in a little bit. Very much like the P-51D with the aiming reticle, and there we go. So all the HVARs fired off. And it's that simple to set up. If you want to go into a bombing mode, I'll show you how that works. So back down to the armaments panel. Left wing off, right wing off. Select rockets. Move that back to off. Select, let's just release the belly bomb on this particular occasion. And remember, we've got to go back here and we've got to arm them. There we go. And now we'll go to an external view and I'll show you how to release the bomb. In this particular instance, there's no fancy setup for the release of the bombs. We just press the pickle button, like so, and the bomb is released. Same as you would do in the P-47D-40, the standard version. Now if you were carrying the M8s, the mortar launchers, then the same setup applies as to the HVARs, so that you can fire those. It's exactly the same. Same munitions panel, etc, etc. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to leave any comments, then please, by all means, do so. So I'll catch you later. Ciao for now.